Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Well, if it is all about throwing back to what happened in the round, the group phase of the Euro 2024, well, it is more of seeing how teams were able to score goals. Disappointing outing for some teams already facing their country after group games got decided, the rounds got decided, and the men separated from the boys right there in Germany. Well, we'll also have to look at how Andy Murray has been fantastic, same as Anthony Joshua. But it's like Anthony Joshua is now looking like a man coming from the bottom now, trying to look at how to get to the top. It is going to be Anthony Joshua, the boys' next bout. Anthony Joshua has been talking. We'll also look at what some athletes have been up to ahead of the Olympic going down in France in the next few weeks. Welcome to Kickoff Sports Show. My name is Oladapo Okunubi, aka Young Striker 9. Shout out to all Portugal fans this morning. Shout out to all Cristiano Ronaldo fans this morning. If you like, drag me as a Belgium supporter. I don't care. What I can just say is Belgium is through to the next round, and I am facing all supporters of the French national team on the show this morning. Wherever you are, I want to know how you people want to do it against Belgium. Yes, because at this stage, any loss is home. You go on you draw, you go on penalties. Well, my name is Radako Okunubi, aka Young Striker. And I remember this is Kickoff Sports Show live on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 939 FM. I didn't need you, Luadamilare, saying that. Let's wait and see. Now. Okay, let's go. But let's check some updates coming from the world of tennis. You look at basketball. You look at, we also look at boxing on the show this morning, same as the countdown to Olympics. Well, remember the Federations Cup, the President's Federations Cup final is going down this weekend. Who picks the tickets going to the continent? That is the CAF Confederations Cup. What is also happening in the transfer stories? And hey, apologies to those who predicted yesterday. Remember, the show ended abruptly due to technical hitch from our end. A lot of predictions were made yesterday. Unfortunately, we could not check your scorecard. So let's see if we can try that out this morning. Also, you share your experience of the group stage of the Euros with me on the show this morning. The phone lines will be open when the time comes for Road to Berlin. Just let us know how you feel, most especially for some teams you tipped to come up with big goals, surprises, and even some players. I am not happy with Lukaku. It's just like, when you see Lukaku like Osimhen at the Africa Cup of Nations. Yes, scoring offsides more than goals at the Africa Cup of Nations. And for Lukaku, Ronaldo yet to hit the back of the net. Let's go to the first half of the show.
News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Okay, remember, we keep telling you, talking about qualification for the biggest event going down the next few days. That is the Wimbledon. We have the qualifiers for the men and the women's qualification going down starting 1 p.m. in the WTA and 11 a.m. in the ATP category. But looking at the Eastbourne International, games are going down this morning. In the ATP 250 category, Flavio Kobodi will be up against Billy Harris, Max Wasser against Memir Kamenovic, and Alexander Vukic against Shito Nishioka. Harry Oliveira teaming up with Harry Burton to face John Pierce and Matthew Ebdin by 2:30. That's the last game in the doubles. Well, last game in the singles, Stella Freeze taking on Jun Cheng Shang by 3:30. And looking at other tournaments, the Eastbourne International WTA category, Harriet Darts will take on Leila Fernandez by 11 o'clock today. Ketcha Butler against Jasmine Paolini. Daria Kasatskina against Emma Raducanu. Madison Keys against Carolina Munkova. Those are the singles games going down in the WTA category of the Eastbourne International. Still talking about the WTA. Now this is about the 500 that is going down at the Bad Homburg Open. We have Paula Badoza taking on Dana Schneider by 11 o'clock this morning, and continuation of the clash between Anna Blinkova and British Beatrice Haddad-Maia going down. We don't know the time, but there's going to be a continuation. Blinkova won the first set 6-3, and she was trailing the second set 2-3 before that game got suspended. Now, Donna Vekic will take on Katrina Siniakova, and the last game, 3:30, we'll see Emma Navarro against Caroline Wozniacki. Now, moving on the show this morning, for Novak Djokovic is yet to make a call on whether he will play at this year's Wimbledon Championships, but said on Tuesday that his recovery from surgery is going surprisingly well, and he has his sights set on the Paris Olympics. Djokovic has been training at Wimbledon this week on the practice court as he steps up his recovery from surgery on a torn meniscus in his right knee. He traveled from London to Munich in Germany on Tuesday to watch Serbia's goalless with Denmark. Now, defending Wimbledon champion Carlo Alcaraz will take part in a tennis exhibition in Charlotte on December 6th. The third-ranked Alcaraz will face Francis Tiafoe in one match, while Madison Keys and Sloane Stephens will meet in another at the Spectrum Center, home of the Charlotte Hornet. Alcaraz won this year's French Open, marking him and making him the youngest male tennis player to win a Grand Slam on all three playing surfaces, hard, clay, and grass. Well, for former Wimbledon and French Open champion Gabi Muguruza has been named the WTA Finals Tournament Director, making her the first ex-player to make the home of the season ender, which will be held in Riyadh from this year. Earlier this year, Riyadh secured a 3-year deal to host the season finale that features the top 8 singles players and doubles teams that replacing last year's hosts in Cancun, Mexico. Muguruza will work with the WTA and Saudi Tennis Federation and Ministry of Sport on strategic planning and delivery, as well as helping grow the profile of tennis in the Middle East, the elite women's governing body. If I could remember, Roger Federer is also trying to also see how he can also go to the Middle East, same as Rafa Nadal. This year's WTA Finals will run from 2nd to the 9th of November. Now let's talk about NBA this morning, and looking at the trade deal. The San Antonio Spurs have agreed to send a Kentucky guard Rob Dillingham, the number 8 pick in this year's NBA draft, to Minnesota Timberwolves. The Spurs added to their future draft pick stash by acquiring a 2031 unprotected first-round pick and a 2030 top 1 protected pick swap from the Timberwolves. Minnesota adds another backcourt option for the team as Anthony Edwards continues his ascension, and last year's starting point guard Mike Conley gets closer to the end of his career after completing his 17th NBA season. Well, now let's go to Formula One, where Charles Leclerc says he's relishing a huge opportunity of being a teammate of Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari in the 2025 season. Well, for a little over 6 months before Hamilton swaps a Mercedes Silva for Ferrari in arguably for F1's biggest ever transfer move, Leclerc, who has forged a friendship with his next teammate, join his team in the sport, says is really looking forward to pitting himself against the 7-time world champion, Hamilton. Now let's talk about punching in the ring. Daniel Dubois described himself as the King Slayer and promised to train like a beast for his world title defense against Anthony Joshua. The British heavyweights will fight for Dubois' IBF belt at a 90,000 capacity Wembley Stadium that should be in September on the 21st. That's the date for that bout. Dubois held the interim title and was elevated to world champion after Alexander Usyk vacated the belt. Joshua was as measured as always in his responses as the two Londoners came face-to-face at a news conference at Wembley OVO Stadium on Wednesday. However, for Anthony Joshua is saying that he will have to train better, and the plan is to beat Dubois.
So my emotions with this fight towards Daniel Dubois are based on a job, focusing, completing a mission, and after that, then the championship belt comes home with me and everything else that comes with it. But no emotion, a job and a mission that needs to be completed.
And what is the mission?
To follow out the game plan, to follow out my tactics, to showcase my skills, my toughness, my boxing IQ, my strength as well.
Well, that was Anthony Joshua after the announcement, and remember saying that he's ready to face the boy and give him the beating of his life. And 11 hours ago, he also posted the face-to-face, the face-to-face ahead of the interview, and he also tagged that on his X predictions. Okay, and remember, 19 hours ago, he said reality is about to hit him, to hit the boy. Aye, okay. You wait to see on that day when the battle starts at the Wembley Stadium on 21st of September. Still Kick-Off Sports Show, live on Solutions 939 FM here in the city of Ibadan. My name is Oladakwa Okunobi. Now let's count down to Olympics. Check the time right now. It is 9:13, and we count down to Olympics going down in France in the next few weeks as we are getting update that double Olympic sprint champion Elaine Thompson-Herah has withdrawn from the Jamaican trials because of an Achilles injury and will not defend 100-meter and 200-meter titles at the Paris Games in August. Thompson-Herah, who will turn 32 on Friday, is one of the greatest sprinters of all time and was the first woman to win a back-to-back Olympic sprint double when she retained both titles in Tokyo 3 years ago. Well, reigning Olympic champion Susina Lee, six-time world championship medal Shirley Jones, and national runner-up Sky Blackley are all facing health concerns ahead of the U.S. Olympic trials. Lee, who has spent the better part of 2 years fighting multiple kidney issues, fell ill while training on Wednesday. Their longtime coach Jace Grobauer doesn't believe it will hinder Lee's ability to compete when the trials begin on Friday night. Lee, 21, has been dealing with kidney problems that have hindered her training and also caused her weight to fluctuate wildly for more than 18 months. We wish all the athletes quick recovery. Well, and update here in football. Alex Morgan has been left out of the United States women's national team's 2024 Olympic roster, marking the team's first major tournament without the star forward since 2008 Olympics before she debuted for the team. U.S. men's national team head coach Emma Hayes named her team player roster for the 2024 Paralympics on Wednesday, calling up 10 players who participated in last year's World Cup. Changes coming, new plans coming. Let's keep fingers crossed. We're going to break, and when we come back, we go deep into football. Still Kick-Off Sports Show, live on Solutions 939 FM.
sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Wọ́n bèrè sọ fún wọn kó dá ẹ lójú ìrìn ló jẹ́ má lọ fọ́ àwa fún ẹ ibikíbi tó àṣà mọ́ pa wá pẹ̀lú ẹ ìwọ ló ló ní pàdé FCMB wà fún ẹ. Ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ pẹ̀lú FCMB ìwọ ló ló ní ọ̀la ti dájú jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ. Bàbá wọn tá tán síbẹ̀ ó pàdé o. Jọ̀wọ́ má ṣọ̀lẹ ọ̀la ti dájú pẹ̀lú FCMB.
FCMB èmi àti pánkì mi.
Keep it 93.9.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Okay, yes, welcome back to Kickoff Sports Show on Solutions 939 FM 917 is the time. Remember, let us know your high and low points of the group stages of the Euro 2024 that ended yesterday. And maybe you were disappointed to see some teams exit, and you were also disappointed to see some teams qualify to the next round. Although, despite supporting Belgium, I felt disappointed, most especially with the game yesterday. But it is what it is. Your team is your team. But were you expecting more for some teams or not? And, well, looking at the pairings, we'll also look at that today. And you pick the team you like to see in the quarterfinal round. Let's start with the President's Federation Cup, where technical advisor Aliyu Zubairu has credited hard work for his team's progress into the men's final of this year's President's Federation Cup, and believes the same virtue will see the Maiduguri Landlords pick up their third Nigerian Cup title in Lagos this weekend. Okay, remember, Abia Warriors will be facing El Kanemi Warriors in the final of the men's category of the President's Federation Cup. And, well, World Cup bronze medal winning strategies and strategist Bankole Oluwokere is entertaining no fair ahead of Saturday's women's final of the President's Federation Cup against 8-time champions Rivers Angels in Lagos. Oluwokere led the Nigeria's under-17 girls of Flamingos to win the bronze medals of the first time at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India 2 years ago. He has also now qualified the team for this year's finals to be staged in Dominican Republic. Nigeria Raptors is the first club from Abuja in 24 years to reach the women's final at the cup of the cup competition in 2000. City Queens lost to the same Rivers Angels in the final. Let us wait and see. All right, now let's go straight to the Road to Bellingham segment and get what Nigerians are saying. Well, what you also felt, talking about the game that went down yesterday, same as the pairings you are seeing at the Euro 2024. What were your disappointing moments? Well, will you also call as the best moment in the group stages? Well, maybe I'll pick that of a player from Georgia. This is Road to Berlin segment, and it's dedicated to Euro 2024. The group stages are over, but hey, taking you back to result of games that we saw yesterday. Slovakia, Romania playing out a 1-0 draw was goalless between my Belgium and Ukraine, and that also made for Kevin De Bruyne. I remember he once played alongside Zinchenko, who plays for Arsenal now. But saying that, well, it is what it is. He knows Zinchenko happens to be one of the best players in the Ukrainian team, but it is a tournament where everybody has to put in their best.
No, I love Zina. Zina is an unbelievable guy. I played with him for, I think, 5 years, and he's done an incredible job for us at City. And then obviously he went to Arsenal, and he's doing really good. I think he's one of the leaders of Ukraine. He's a close friend, and I wish him all the best. In the end, you know, it's a football game. We all wanted Belgium to go through, and we know that Ukraine had to be out if we wanted to go through. But that's part of sport, you know. You win, you lose. You have to take it on the chin and move on. And I know Ukraine is certainly a decent team with some talent. So they will be back in the future, and I wish them all the best.
Back in the future. Kevin De Bruyne can be annoying sometimes, right? Okay, but talking about a disappointing game that made some people lose up to 350,000 naira on a betting platform yesterday was that of Portugal's loss against Georgia. Well, Kivika Karastelia scored in that one, and he had to introduce himself to the Euros. Remember, some players had to start scoring in the last game of the tournament. For some players, it was too late, but for Karastelia, wasn't late. That gave Georgia a 1-0 lead, and guess what? Mikwat scored in the 57th minute for 2-0 to beat Ronaldo's inspired Portugal. However, a lot of people have been raising the question, maybe Portugal underrated Georgia. But for the coach of the side, Roberto Martinez said, Portugal did not underrate Georgia. But Georgia had to come out with their best. This is the Portuguese national team coach.
Sorry. No, we didn't underestimate Georgia. But it is true that Georgia were playing the game of the history. It's the opportunity to qualify, first time in the European Championships, and we were playing the last game when we are already top of the group. It was difficult for us to match the same intensity, but that's not underestimating our players that they are in the national team. They are players that they are of the highest level, and it's not underestimating Georgia. I think if you were going to analyze Georgia and analyze all the big points, you would talk about the goalkeeper that has been 3 years at the highest level, and he had a wonderful game. You would talk about Vicha, that is one of the best dribbling players with a final action in the top 5 leagues. You would highlight the technical ability of this team. You would highlight the low block, the help, the structure that they have defensively and the counterattacks, and I think everything we've seen is exactly what we expected from Georgia. Then they showed an incredible belief. It is true. I'm sure that scoring early helps, but that probably was the biggest surprise, or the only surprise, that they were able to maintain the level of belief and intensity for 90 minutes, because it was only probably the last 10 minutes where we had 3 clear-cut chances that we should have scored, but not underestimating Georgia at all. I think the coach has done an incredible job, and they deserve the credit.
Okay, Roberto Martinez there. A quick look at some predictions that went down, and also check some comments this morning. Remember, you can also call into the studio 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939, 0909-888-9939, 0912-222-2939. Tell us your best moment of the group stages of the Euros and the worst moment. Disappointing team, disappointing players, and the players that also raised your hope for round of 16. Remember, Turkey also defeated Czech Republic 2-1 with the player sent off in the Czech squad. And, well, let's quickly check some predictions made yesterday despite the technical glitch. Well, some of the predictions that went down yesterday, Adeniji Oluwadamilola predicted Georgia to lose 1-3 against Portugal, Czech to play 1-0 draw against Turkey, Ukraine to lose 0-3 against Belgium, Slovakia to play 1-0 draw against Romania, played out 1-0, and that was the only correct prediction. But remember, we said yesterday, you have to get 2 predictions correctly before you can go for airtime or data. I said that yesterday, but you only had 1 prediction correct. Jalasha Henry predicted Georgia 0-3 against Portugal, Czech 0-2 against Turkey, Ukraine 1, Belgium 3, Slovakia 1, Romania 2. All predictions on the offside for Jolasho. Henry. Okay, so somebody said yesterday, Radio G said, we are waiting for your Belgium to be eliminated. So looking at all the predictions that went down yesterday, all went to the offside, right? But let's check some comments this morning. Looking at what Nigerians are saying. Naija to Germany. Okay, so Adeniji Oluwadamilola Gbolahan says, okay, well, your prediction, you got one out of, you were meant to get two, so you did not qualify for the games yesterday for your predictions. Yeah, so you have to try in the round of 16. Portugal has already qualified. They just wanted to carry Georgia along. Okay, Sabi Oluwafemi to saying good morning. France will beat Belgium in the last match. Okay, France will be Belgium's last match in this Euro 2024. Okay, we know where to meet. Yes, we know. Foden left England's camp. Adeniji Oluwafemi saying that Oluwadamilola saying Turkey's match was heated. Belgium eliminated right now. France up the play. All right, let's just quickly look at the appearance for round of 16 for the Euros. Spain will be up against Belgium. Denmark will take on Germany, and the winner between Denmark and Germany will face the winner between Spain and Georgia, while Portugal will face Slovenia, and France will be up against Belgium. The winner between France and Belgium will face the winner between Portugal and Slovenia. I'm already, looking at how Belgium will face Portugal or Slovenia. Romania will be up against Netherlands, while Austria will take on Turkey. The winner between Austria and Turkey will face the winner between Romania and Netherlands, while England will take on Slovakia. And Switzerland against Italy. The winner between England and Slovakia will face the winner between Switzerland and Italy. So that is what it looks like for round of 16 starting on the 29th of June, which is on Saturday. Remember, Saturday Sports Safari will give you more. Don't we roll to Berlin? Okay, well, before wrapping up, remember Chile lost 0-1 against Argentina in the Copa America, same as Ecuador beating Jamaica 3-1. And, well, remember, earlier this morning, Venezuela defeated Mexico 1-0, and by 11 o'clock tonight, it will be Panama taking on USA. We'll wrap up the show from this corner, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, for the Friday edition. Coming up next is From the Dailies with FAVOUR Lorotola and Adedamola LAFENWA. Do not go anywhere. It is still AM Updates. My name is Oladapo Okunubi. Good morning.